Yeah, we're
Go
really dependent on good security practices in our organization, is what you're saying, rather
Yeah,
than from the developers. Is Google
yep.
any better? I mean, because obviously they're integrating AI across all their products as well. We have all the same risks, or are they being more careful?
Here's the way I'd put it from my experience building the top 10. We have people with many years of experience of AI, and we have people with many years of experience in cybersecurity. And up until the last couple of years, there was almost zero intersection between these two worlds. There was no shared terminology. There was no nothing. It was one of the reasons that OWASP top 10 list got read so widely, as it was one of the first places that we got people together and collaborated on how do we even build language for that. So I think what we find is that we desperately need the cybersecurity community to get a little more educated on how AI works. On the flip side, though, I think the thing that's a little harder is getting the AI people to get educated on cybersecurity, because it's really not fun. Getting new people to get excited about learning about AI is pretty easy today. Getting developers to learn about security is a problem we've had for 20, 30 years, and they just are not interested. So
Yeah.
the guys who are the deepest in AI are generally the weakest at security. And I will name some names here. Put OpenAI at the top of the list. They are just not worried about it. And you see this at all these different levels where they kind of do the minimum for what I will call AI safety, because this has a lot of press implications. And that would be let's try to make sure that our models are not used to create chemical, biological, and nuclear weapons. That's like the basic AI safety line. And so everybody's putting some effort into that. Some are trying harder. And you look at somebody like Anthropic, and they're really putting effort into that. The other guys are kind of trying. But what I would say with cybersecurity, I do think somebody like Google, Google is an internet utility. I mean, Google itself is probably attacked 1 billion times a day. And they do have some fundamentally good practices around security, and they have some very smart security people, and they have some very smart AI people. I'll be honest, in my day job, in my business, outside of writing books and doing OWASP, I run the LLM at my company that runs hundreds of millions of dollars of business. I run that inside Google Cloud, and I run that on Gemini. But here's the thing. A lot of the vulnerabilities that you see as headlines for the AI companies are not AI vulnerabilities. They're traditional vulnerabilities in traditional web apps that wrap AI stuff. So the big hacks that we've seen from OpenAI, where they lose all their customer data, that's not an AI vulnerability. That was a poorly constructed web app. And it's simply because they have a lot of people who work there who are AI experts, not security experts.